Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lanky Trader. Hope you guys had a wonderful week and I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. So I'm going to run you guys through all the trades I took last week. That is from Monday 19th of May 2025 to yesterday 23rd of May 2025. So let's start with US30 and we'll work our way through Nasdaq and then we'll round up at gold. So let's begin. So this was my Monday setup here. So as you guys know, we mark out our 930 candle, which is our 15-minute range. So when we mark out our 15-minute range, that's the 930 candle, that's 9:30 a.m. New York time. We mark it out and we wait for a break of that range on the 5-minute time frame. So when we have a break on the 5-minute time frame, we wait for the close of that 5-minute candle, then we enter for our buy. So that's what happened here. We had a break, we went to the 5 minutes, closed out, went to the 5 minutes, found our break and waited for the close, then we entered our buy, stops at the low, and we target 1 to 2. And you can see that this trade went perfectly. We hit our take profits and we are done for Monday. So we go to Tuesday. So this was our Tuesday setup. This was on Tuesday 20th May 2025. So same as yesterday, we wait for our 15-minute range. That's our 930 candle, which is this red candle here. So we'll mark the high and the low as we did here. Then we wait for markets to break below on the 5-minute time frame, break below the 15-minute range and close on the 5-minute time frame. Then we enter off that 5-minute candle and we target a 1 to 2. So that's what happened here. Stops at the high and we target a 1 to 2. And you can see that this trade played out perfectly. It even gave us a 1 to 3. So that was on Tuesday's trade. So on Wednesday, this was our setup on Wednesday. So on Wednesday 21st May 2025, this was our setup here. This was our 930 candle. That's this candle here, this doji, and this is our 15-minute range. That's the high and low of that 15-minute candle. So we wait. So we had rejections above, and you can see that generally we are trending lower coming from yesterday. So we had these rejections here and we had a breakdown. We had our breakdown. So after the candle closed, the candle that caused the break closed, we entered off that candle, stops at the high, and we target a 1 to 2. And you can see that our trade went perfectly. We hit our 1 to 2 targets, and that's how Wednesday's trade went. So you can see that we have winning days, we have losing days, and this week was more of a winning week for us. So let's continue. So that was Wednesday, and this is Thursday. So on Thursday, we had our 15-minute range, which is this candle right here, this green candle. We mark the high and the low of that candle and we wait for market to break above, which it did here, and we target a 1 to 2. So this trade did not give us a 1 to 2. We actually stopped us out at break even. So because when he moved up and did this, I broke even, and the trade did not, it didn't keep going up. It just came down, took us out, and went for a 1 to 4 before reversing. So that was on Thursday's trade. Then on Friday's trade took me out at break even because it's weekend. I don't leave exposed trades over the weekend. So this is our 15-minute range here, our 930 candle. We mark the high, the low. We broke out of the high, stops at the low, and we target a 1 to 2. So since this trade did not give me up to a 1 to 2, I said, okay, let me just target a 1 to 1.5. And it came very close, then ended up rejecting. So yeah, it ended up rejecting. So that was how all our trades went this week on US30. So let's go to Nasdaq. So on Nasdaq, so this is Nasdaq. So this was our Monday's trade. You can see the date, Monday 19th May 2025. So this was our Monday setup. So we had our 15-minute candle here, our 930 candle. This is the range. So we waited for the 5-minute break of this 15-minute range. We entered off that 5-minute candle, stops at the low of the range, and targets a 1 to 1.5. And we came close to a 1 to 1.5. And we took our profits. So that was Monday's trade. So on Tuesday's trade was very, very choppy. Very, very choppy. So this was Tuesday's trade. You can see that we got stopped out here. So yeah, that's how Tuesday's trade went. So we go to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, this was our 930 candle here. This very strong bullish candle. So we'll mark out the high and the low, and we broke above. So we entered for a buy, stops at the low, and our target was 1 to 1.5, and we hit our 1 to 1.5 target. So that was Wednesday's trade. So on Thursday was a break-even trade. So we can see we had our 15 minutes range, which is 9:30 a.m. candle, and we broke above. So we entered for a buy, stops at the low to target a 1 to 2, but we did not get a 1 to 2. It came back and took us out at break even. Twice, because I entered this here and it entered the initial entry here, then we stopped us out at break even here, then we entered again and we stopped out here again at break even. So I just left the trade. Then this is Friday's trade, same as US30. So we marked out our 930 range, then waited for market to break either below or above. It broke above, stops at the low to target a 1 to 1.5. For the trade, did not go well, came out and took us out at break even. Normally I broke even, saying that okay, I will let this trade run, even if let it run, even if we hit take profit on Monday, no problem. But unfortunately, the trade came back down and took us out at break even. So that's how our US30 trades went. Our US30 and our Nasdaq trades, that's how they went this week. So let's go to gold. So gold's trade this week was nice. We had wins, more of wins this week. So I'll also show you how our Friday's trade went, because show you how our Friday's trade went. So this was our Friday's trade. In the last week video that I uploaded, our Friday's trade, we were somewhere here. Like, we closed on Friday, market closed throughout the weekend. So if you noticed on the previous markets, on our previous video that we uploaded, we are around here. So on Monday morning, not on Monday morning, on Monday morning, early hours of Monday morning, we just spiked and hit our TP like on Monday morning. So Friday's trade was a win. That's on Friday 16th May 2025. So the trade ended up hitting take profits. I just wanted to update you guys on how the trade went. Then this was our Monday's trade here. So our Monday's trade was sideways. We had our 930 candle here. We marked out the range and we put our So we broke above our stops at the low to target a 1 to 2, and you can see that this trade did not go well. So I closed this trade at a loss. I closed it before it even came to the break, came to our stops. Closed it around somewhere here. So that was Monday's trade. So on Tuesday, things looked up for us. So this is Tuesday, 20th May 2025. So we had our 9:30 candle here. So we marked it out, and we had our entry on the 5 minutes. That's a 5 minute break of this 15-minute range, and our target was a 1 to 2, but we hit a 1 to 3. I didn't close I closed at 1 to 2, but you can see that the trade even kept on buying till the next day. So that's how our Tuesday's trade went. On Wednesday too was a win. So this is our 9:30 candle here. So marked out the high and the low, and we waited for price. I told you guys that now gold is buying, is making more of buys, so it doesn't really make sense to be selling gold on the lower time frame, except maybe you have like a higher time frame sell bias ahead, and maybe yes, you can consider selling on the lower time frame. But gold is bullish, so we are not going to go against the trend. So when this candle broke out here, I was expecting it to do what it has been doing since I've been back testing, which is it to just close below, then reject, and close above, then we just take that trade instead. So that's what happened here. So we ended up taking the buy. There are times when I have a sell setup also. So when I have sell setups on gold, I normally go to the 4-hour time frame to see whether there is any correlation on that higher time frame, to see whether that sell will hold. So if that sell holds, then I take the sell on the 15-minute time frame. So that's how I walk around it. So that was our Wednesday's trade. We had our 9:30 candle. We marked out the high and the low. We waited for market to break above. Stops at the low, not directly below, because this is gold, so you give a little bit of breathing room. Then we target a 1 to 2. This gave us a 1 to 1.8. So it's still it still qualifies as a very good trade. So we took our profit and called it a day. So this was our Thursday's trade, May 22nd, 2025. This was our 9:30 candle here. We marked out the high and the low of that 9:30 candle. We waited for price to break below on the 5-minute time frame. When that 5-minute candle closed, we entered for a sell. And this was a very sharp sell. So stops at the high, and we targeted a 1 to 2. And you can see that we hit our 1 to 2 take profit, and that was it. And you can see immediately it reverses, and this is one of the reasons why I don't really take sales on gold. You can see immediately tapped our TP, rejected immediately, and went in the opposite direction. So that's why we don't really take sales on gold using this strategy. So this was our Friday's trade. So same thing as last week. Market closed. We closed in profits, but we just broke even because, yeah, you can repeat what you did last week, or you can hit stop. You can hit our break even. So this is our 9:30 candle here. Mark out the high and the low of our 9:30 candle. We broke above, so I entered for a buy, and our target was 1 to 1.5. That was our target on Friday, because I saw that the volume wasn't really much, so there was no need targeting 1 to 2. So I just put it at 1 to 1.5. So we ended up closing market on Friday, and we closed out our break even. So our break even has been set. So if the trade, when market opens on Monday, spikes down, we'll go out at break even. If it goes up, we hit our TP. So yeah, that's how all our trades went this week. So we had a very beautiful week, like very profitable week, especially on US30. US30 is my best performing pair. Using this strategy. My best performing pair, followed by gold. That's if you are sticking to the buy setups. It's my second, highest performing pair. So yeah, so that's how our trade went went last week. So if you guys like content like this, please subscribe, like, so that the algorithm can push my content to you guys. And yeah, this is Lanky Trader, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.